Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. All right, joining me via Zoom from a mysterious Boston hotel room, a hotel room somewhere in the greater Boston area, set to play in the Sweet 16 Thursday night against San Diego State. He joins us every week. So privileged. This is fun, man. You know, when we started doing this, I envisioned we'd have moments like this. Hassan Diarra, UConn guard, live from Boston a few days before the Sweet 16. Hassan, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Aaron. How are you?
I'm very good. First of all, you know, for people watching on YouTube, who we got in the background over there? Who we got in the background sneaking in the shot there?
We got my guy Andre Johnson Jr.
Okay.
He hit his first career bucket the other day.
Yes, sir.
So we got him in the background.
No, we appreciate it. I know you're watching a lot of San Diego State game film in the background there, so we're not going to keep you too late. Yes, but by the way, should mention, you know, as every week, this segment, we are so privileged. It is brought to you by Shea's Pizzeria and Sports Bar in Manchester, Connecticut. Shea's, come for the food, stay for the fun. As I just mentioned, Hassan and the Huskies are officially in Boston. They play San Diego State on Thursday night. The best place to watch the Huskies take on the Aztecs. Part 2, rematch of last year's Final Four game, is at Shea's Pizzeria and Sports Bar in Manchester. By the way, check out the Huskies on Thursday. They got live music on Friday night at Shea's. Who Asked Lisa will be performing at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Just Go With It will be performing Saturday night. Oh, by the way, hopefully that will be going on during a UConn Elite 8 game. Knock on wood. Live music all weekend. UConn basketball all weekend. Shea's Pizzeria and Sports Bar. Come for the food, stay for the fun. Manchester, Connecticut. We so appreciate their support, and we're so excited that they are bringing you our interview every week with Hassan Diarra. So, Hassan, you know, I think I just said it when I introed you, but, you know, the vision of all of this when we started 5-6 weeks ago was to take a fan behind the scenes on what we hope is a deep NCAA tournament run, you know, hopefully culminating in Phoenix. But we are in Boston. Just take us through the last couple. Let me even ask you this. So, I mean, you guys have the 7:45 tip-off on Sunday. Not often that you play a Sunday night turnaround. What has this week been like with the late game Sunday, the short turnaround, and then, of course, having to hit the road to play Thursday night in Boston?
Yeah, I mean, Sunday night we played the game, wrapped up the game, tried to get out of New York as quick as possible. Probably left around 11:45, almost 12 a.m. You know, I mean, drove back to Connecticut Sunday night. Got back around 2 a.m. Monday came around. We got together. We had to go to class first.
Sure.
Had to check in the class.
Our athletes go to class at UConn. Make no mistake about that, baby. But anyway, continue.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But yeah, we got together. We got some shots up. Did some scout. And watched some film on him. It was a light day, but we got together. We got some good work in. Then Tuesday today. I mean, started off with class. Did a great job in class. And we had practice for about 2 hours. Had a great send-off from the UConn Nation and the students and the fans came out. Drove to a restaurant, got something to eat, and then drove to Boston.
Very good. What is the balance with you guys this time of year? You know, I remember talking to you a few weeks ago. I think there was that one game, the week of the Seton Hall game, where you had some time to kind of rest and recover. What is the opposite of that, where you guys play 2 games Friday and Sunday? You got to immediately turn around, travel on Tuesday, and then, of course, play Thursday night. What is the balance with Coach Hurley on, you know, how hard are you guys going in practice right now? Are you going in practice right now? Is it all walkthroughs? I mean, what is that like for you guys this time of year?
Yeah, I would say Monday was more of a recovery day. You know, we just got shots up and walked through for the most part. He understands. He said, you know, I mean, today is the perfect day to rest. Um, Tuesday today, you know, we got after it pretty hard. We'll get after it pretty hard tomorrow. But I think our bodies are rest up because we took care of Monday the right way.
Fantastic. Want to go back to last weekend. Obviously, you play Stetson on Friday, Northwestern on Sunday. Could you sense a little bit of a difference? Because I know you and I have talked about this, over the last month, but last year you caught a lot of people off guard. Maybe the 12, 13, 14 guys in that locker room weren't surprised by what you did, but there were a lot of people nationally that maybe were. This year, you guys have been the number one team in the country for 5, 6 weeks, middle of the season. You win the Big East regular season, you win the Big East tournament. Has there been a different vibe? Forget the team, but has there been a different vibe? When you walk in the arena, people look at you a little bit different. The opponents size you up a little bit different. What has the vibe been like with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the vibe that we're carrying. We're carrying ourselves like the best team in the country, and we're carrying ourselves like the true number one seed. And I think we've done a great job of it. Yeah, we're gonna get every team's best shot. And we understand that. We're gonna be prepared for that each and every game.
I don't think I asked you this before. Last year, so again, I know UConn fans know, but you guys lose on that Friday night against Marquette, thrilling game, 1 point loss, whatever. But, I was going back and, it was funny. I was watching video of after you guys clinched the Sweet 16 last year against St. Mary's. There's a great video of Adama saying, we've lost the last 2 years in the first round. We're going to the Sweet 16. I can't believe it. We're so excited. And, he's yelling and screaming. He's so happy. I just bring it up because last year, like, when did the team, or did you have it the whole time, get the sense like we can actually do this thing? Because again, it's just such a different vibe from last year.
Yeah, I think it was definitely after that first round. I feel like especially after the first game. I
Yep.
mean, I felt like it was a burden off our shoulders. I mean, getting past that first game, the first half wasn't as we wanted to be. I think we were down at halftime. But after that first game, I mean, it lifted the burden off our chest, and we walked with that confidence that we can actually win this whole tournament.
Very cool. And so you said the team is carrying itself differently this year, you feel like, in your opinion?
Yeah, I would say that we're walking around like the top dogs, and I think we're backing it up pretty good. We have to continue that, but we're doing a good job.
Going into last week, one thing that stood out from the Northwestern game, I think everybody's clicking, but it felt like Donovan kind of brought it to a different level. How much, especially, your guard, you have the Kling Kong behind you. How much does it change you guys when the big man, number 32 is fully locked in? It's not to say that he's not previously, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong and maybe I've missed something along the way, but I felt like that was about as well as he played both games, really, but completely dominant on both ends. I was curious for what you saw from big number 32 last Sunday against Northwestern.
Yeah, I mean Donovan played amazing. He's the most impactful player in the country, and I think he showed at those two games, especially the Northwestern game. Just being able to pressure the ball, no, he has my back. With 8 blocks, he almost had a double double at halftime,
Yeah.
which is
He
crazy.
almost had a triple double. I think he did have a double double. I think he had like 14, 10, and like 6 at halftime or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's so good. He's so versatile. His passing is underrated. He does so much to affect the game. And he's extremely important to this team. And we love him and we appreciate him.
Yeah, I'm looking at the box score right now. He finished with 14, 14, and 8. And I'm pretty sure he had like 14, 8, and 8 at halftime, like that. For us, we all sit on the couch and watch, but the analytics will tell you, a guy like Coach Hurley will tell you the impact of having that guy. I mean, I know you just laid it out, but how different is it having a 7'2" guy and a great athlete, great rim protector? How different is it having him on the court versus either earlier in the season when he wasn't available? Also, of course, various times when he's either not on the court, foul trouble. I mean, just what difference does it make for you guys, for the other 4 guys on the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think defensively is where he separates himself from any other person.
Mhm.
He's able to clog up the lane. He's able to affect many shots. We're able to pressure the guards a little bit more because we know if we get beat, he has our backs. And in the rebound aspect, he's able to get a lot of rebounds so we can get out in transition.
Second half of that game, I don't know if foot off the gas. Coach Hurley says foot on gas all the time. A little bit of a slip. Was there any commentary or discussion amongst you guys? Gave about 40 points, which obviously is uncharacteristic for you guys. Anything that you feel like you can improve on coming out of that first weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to stay totally locked in for a full 40 minutes. I thought defensively we were amazing in that first half against Northwestern. Second half, a little slippage, but that's human nature. We have to fight human nature a lot better than we did in that second half. But ultimately, I think we did a good job overall.
By the way, how was the crowd in New York? You're a New York guy. You had a bunch of people at MSG. I see you shaking your head. Go ahead.
Man, they were amazing. They were exactly what we needed. UConn Nation popped out again in New York. I know it was a different location this time, but like I said before, man, they are a big difference, and we appreciate them and we need them. And now we're closer in Boston, so I should see some more faces.
Well, I went on social media this week and people I haven't even thought about in years that, hey, Torres, do you know where you could get tickets? How do I do it? Blah, blah, blah. I live in Boston, da, da, da. On the one hand, I think obviously last year you guys being out west, maybe getting away, I don't know if that helped or not, but how nice is it to walk into that arena? And this is something Coach Hurley's talked about. I mean, I even saw the post-game conversation he had with you guys where he said, look, we talked about the regular season to Brooklyn part. Now we're in the Brooklyn to Boston part. We want to get to the Boston to Phoenix part. But how nice, I know it goes without saying, and I know you just answered the impact of fans, but I feel like in the NCAA tournament, man, it's got to be a different deal where you got different teams all over the country. You guys have played far away from home, close to home. And now, like you said, you're I mean, literally 2 bus rides away. And I can't even imagine what it's like walking into that arena.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get a feel for it more tomorrow, but I mean, TD Garden is so rich with history. I mean, what, 17 championships, if I'm not mistaken?
Something like
Maybe
that.
18. Yeah, 17, maybe 18. I mean, so many great players have played there. They're the best team in the NBA is plays there right now. So to walk in that arena tomorrow is gonna feel amazing.
I've never asked you, are you a Knicks guy or what in the NBA?
Yeah, I love the Knicks. I love the Knicks. I love the Knicks.
I don't watch a ton of NBA. Are they really? I mean, I know Jalen Brunson's doing his thing. Are they really making a run this year or what?
We'll be in Eastern Conference Finals this year.
Okay, and they're gonna play Boston
At least. Yeah, we'll play Boston.
Who do you like watching in the NBA besides obviously Jordan Hawkins and all the former Huskies?
I enjoy watching Anthony Edwards. I think he's going to be the face of the league really soon. I think he has great tools, and he has the will. You know what I mean? He doesn't take a day off. He doesn't take any plays off, and he's beautiful to watch.
When you grew up, who was your guy? Were you like a LeBron guy, a Kobe guy? Who would you?
I was a big time D Wade fan.
D Wade was my guy. Wade County,
I
baby.
love D Wade. I love D Wade, man. He's the reason why I fell in love with basketball.
What was it about his game?
Just his smoothness, and how smart he was. He was able to draw many fouls just with his simple pump fakes. You know what I mean? His Euro step was amazing. So many things that he done well.
He's a Marquette guy though. How do you sleep at night? No,
I mean that was before I was a Husky. That was before I was a Husky.
No, real quick, San Diego State. Listen, we know the history there. Listen, let me ask you this. I don't think at this point you're taking any opponent lightly, and I know you're not, but I also think what they're capable of. I mean, it got to a 4-6 point game late in the second half last year, and that they want blood after last year. So how does that, or does it affect your preparation knowing they know us, they probably don't like us, we have what they wanted, and if we don't come out ready to play, they're going to be ready to take what we have?
Yeah, we understand they're going to come out with an edge. They're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder. But we prepare the right way as well. I mean, we understand that we got to be the most physical team. We have to be ready for a fight You know what I mean? They're a very good team. I mean, we have three really good players, and the scouting report we have, I think we've done a great job.
What are the biggest differences with San Diego State this year versus last year?
Um, they have a really good big man that came off the bench last year that is playing at an All American level. And I think that's the major difference from last year.
Couple quick questions. We'll get you out of here. We got to be a little short tonight because you need your rest. We need to get you ready for this big game this week. Two quick things. One, I didn't ask you this last week, but it's really a two-part question. I'm not trying to put you on the spot to say something crazy or whatever, but the Big East is obviously 6-0, and obviously Coach Hurley has been very outspoken about the belief that there were some really good teams that didn't get in. I don't want you to get in trouble. This isn't like a gotcha moment or whatever, but what does it say about the Big East that at the very least the three teams that are in are 6-0, 5 double-figure wins? I'll say it for you so you don't get in trouble. There should have been more Big East teams in. I'm still fired up about it. But what does it say about that league that you were a part of, that you were the regular season champ, the conference champ, that you have three of the only three teams that made it are now in the Sweet 16?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how good the Big East was this year. I mean, brutal teams, very good teams, good coaches. Probably should have had more people in the field. But just goes to show that the three teams that are in it has a good a chance to win the national championship as anybody. The Big East has been a great league, probably the second best league all year round. But yeah.
This is a dumb question I probably know the answer to. Marquette and Creighton both play Friday. If you guys are lucky enough to advance, if you're sitting around the room, do you root for the Big East teams when you're not playing them?
We don't root for anybody but
okay.
UConn.
Well, that actually leads perfectly to my final question, because I was going to ask you a little bit about the ladies. They, like you guys, advanced to the Sweet 16 Monday night at home. They took care of business against Syracuse. I'm sure you guys know a lot of the girls on that team, the UConn women's team. What is your relationship, but also how excited are you to see them back? Paige is healthy. Everybody else is banged up, but I know Gino's talked a lot about the incredible job that the UConn women's team has done in getting to where they are with the injuries that they've overcome.
Yeah, I mean, very, very, very good team. The best women's coach, well, one of them at least. Our relationship is good, man. We support them. They support us. I was at the game last night. It was beautiful to watch. Paige, she's amazing. She's playing the best. She's the best. She's been the best player in the postseason this far. We're rooting on them. They're doing a great job battling through injuries, and they're gonna finish with an amazing year this year.
Fantastic. Listen, I'm gonna let you go because I want you to get your rest. You're in Boston. Hassan Diarra, thank you again to Shea's Pizzeria and Sports Bar. Here's the good news. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. I'm not jinxing anything. Hopefully I get to kick it with you next week in Phoenix. I'll be there. I expect you to be there as well, man. But best of luck this weekend. Again, appreciate you finding some time in this crazy, crazy, crazy week. You get back at 2, 3 a.m. on Sunday. You're back on the road 2, 3 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. So thank you for the time, Hassan. Best of luck. Get some rest, and we'll talk next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you so much.